There are too many socials to keep up with.
Chill, my dude. Each platform plays a role. Relax.
You mean I don't have to be on every social media platform?
Only if you want to.
Huh. Hey, why do you sound like me?
Because I'm the voice within your head telling you to chill so that I can have some sanity.
Huh. All right, let's talk social media and networking. Now, what I'm going to share with you today is an interesting breakdown the University of Amsterdam shared in the Journal of Advertising not too long ago. And the marketing director of KSU at the time also shared this at a marketing conference. The University of Amsterdam says, there's no such thing as social media. What? That each platform plays a very specific role. According to them, YouTube is for entertainment, LinkedIn is for topicality, being informed and networking, Facebook is for social interaction and topicality, Twitter is for topicality, Snapchat is for social interaction, and Instagram is for pastime and pretty pictures. Probably a little bit more than that now. But we also have TikTok, and that's for micro entertainment. Now, whether you agree with each description or not, there is a theme that runs through each of them, and that is to connect with others. It's like putting your own personal ad of personality out there and seeing who connects with you through DMs or comments or likes. Now, as a talent, I'd say that you should only be on the platforms that you, 1, enjoy, and 2, get the most bang for your buck. At the time of writing and filming this, I don't do much on Facebook anymore. I keep up with things and I'll post occasionally, but the algorithms or whatever they use aren't helping with what I post, so it doesn't make sense to continue giving it time if I'm not going to get anything out of it. I was kicked off YouTube, so I don't do anything there. I was a bad boy. I was kind of put in YouTube jail. Let me out! Let me out! Kidding. It's not for nefarious reasons that I got kicked off. We produce a lot of content here for the Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceOverTraining.com and for my Mike Stout Productions, and we pay and utilize the same company for music and stock footage and sound effects. Well, this guy forgot to put the YouTube channel link within that company account settings, and YouTube thought that I was stealing all that stuff. I've tried to appeal, but they're not having any of it. So I started a Vimeo page instead. It was actually my fault. Well, you didn't know and I didn't know, so I'm gonna blame me. The point is, utilize which sites you enjoy the most. You could force yourself to do it all, but if you don't enjoy it, then why? If you don't want to do something, it'll be an uphill battle to force yourself to post, so get on the stuff that you like. I guess you could post the same stuff on all the socials, however, each one is slightly unique, and what works on one may not translate to the other. But do your research and figure out what works best for you. Long way to get around to it, but how does this all relate to voiceover? Many people will tell you to post your jobs, your auditions, etc. to social media, but what does that actually mean? What does it look like? First up, never post your auditions to social media if you receive it from an agent. Most agent emails will have something like this at the bottom of the email. The information transmitted in this email and any of its attachments is intended only for the person or entity to which it is addressed and may contain information concerning blank agency and or its affiliates and subsidiaries that is proprietary, privileged, confidential, and or subject to copyright. Any review, retransmission, dissemination, or other use of or taking of any action and reliance upon this information by persons or entities other than the intended recipient or recipients is prohibited and may be unlawful. If you receive this in error, please contact the sender immediately and delete and destroy the communication and all of the attachment you've received and all the copies thereof. Well, look at that. Lovely, isn't it? Now, when agencies do that, you can bet they've spent money on lawyers to write it. Or in the case of the managers that I have, the majority of them are lawyers, so they know how to write it, and you'd better heed that written warning. In other cases, many clients will have you sign an NDA, so you need to make sure that you're not violating any warnings or agreements that you've signed and sent away to them. All that to say, it's not wrong to post your auditions all of the time, but make sure you're doing your due diligence to make sure it's okay. Ask the agents or wherever you receive the auditions from. If it's been a year and the project is already aired, it's a good chance that it's okay to post, but for me, I'd still follow up with an agent just to make sure. Okay, back on track. What does it mean to post your jobs on social media, and what does that look like? The first step would be to know why people are there on that particular platform. What are they looking for? If they're not there looking for VO talent, they could easily miss you. Our social media mentality and strategy strategy? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, but mostly IG and Facebook. Heidi and I use it for branding. We want someone who looks at our Facebook and Instagram pages to automatically get a feel for who we are. We add what we do in our description and bio, but we get to show what we do on a daily basis through bookings or sharing things from our booth. We've also been doing this for a long time, so most of the people who know us know what we do. Now for TikTok, I'm not on it, but Heidi is. She uses that personally and makes sure she does fun voiceover related things, mostly. Or we utilize it for the Atlanta Voiceover Studio. Now, LinkedIn is where we share what we do, relevant content, and connect with past and potential clients, and that has been huge. People go to Facebook for social interaction and Instagram for pastime and pretty pics, but people come to LinkedIn to be informed and to network. That's it. We try to post several times a week on Instagram. On LinkedIn, we try to post something at least once a week. That's what we focus on. And we're not perfect at it. Each week, we're trying to get better and better. But unless you have a team to help you be consistent, it can be tough. So give yourself some grace. If you can get a team around you to help, do it. If not, then create a system and see how easy it can be when you have a game plan. Here's the thing. We have a lot of balls we juggle as talent. Engineer, voiceover talent, actor, marketer, accountant, organizer, all that. Plus, on top of that, for us, we run a voiceover studio. And it's a lot, whether you have a studio to run or not. Heidi and I are constantly looking for ways to make the most of our time. I've been making a great full-time income out of voiceover for years, and I can count on one hand how many paid jobs I've been offered through social media, as in Facebook or Instagram. Whereas Heidi, she went viral with a post on TikTok that has over 17 million views, maybe more at this point. And she's actually booked jobs because of it. She's also booked jobs through LinkedIn. And we've both been able to connect at a more personal level with clients that we've booked via Facebook and Instagram. The point is that you want to make sure you're investing your time in things that bring results. Bottom line, try not to stress about social media. Figure out what you can do that's manageable and that feels authentic to who you are. One more thing, we'll often share with people who take our Intro to Voiceover workshop or who are in any of our classes to repost pictures that we take of them when they're in the booth just to let others know what they're doing now. And I still stand by that. When you're starting out, that's the only means you have to tell people what you're doing. And it gives a great visual that non-talent can wrap their heads around. It's perfect, especially if you don't have a website and aren't doing auditions just yet. You never know the people around you who could potentially need a voiceover. And this is a great way to share the news that you're pursuing it. Or if you're further along, not everyone sees every post that you do. So it makes a difference when you get consistent with posting. The term networking has been bantered about for years and years, and for a time it's gotten a bad rap. And that's because many who use it can come off as insincere and just out for themselves and just kind of smarmy, if you know what I'm talking about. But there is a good way to utilize networking. There's a great podcast on networking that reinforced how we've always thought of it. If you love podcasts, check out Work Life with Adam Grant. The one on networking was released a bit ago, but you could track it down. He goes into some amazing specifics, and I know you're busy, I get it, so I won't list off everything that he talked about, but I will share something that we've always tried to aspire to. Give as much as you get. Every conversation, every interaction, just think about what you can give to that person. And this includes on social media. Find some common ground that's not about voiceover. Heidi always tells a story of never being able to forget a meeting that she had with a talented VO at VO Atlanta one year. What did they talk about? They exchanged hair product recommendations. Okay. Another year, Jennifer, the Disney casting director we've had here at the studio for workshops, thanked Heidi for making her feel so welcome from the moment they first met, and they talked 0% about voiceover. Now, I'm not saying that you can't talk about voiceover, but think about making connections with the whole person. And this is especially helpful if you're just starting out in your voiceover career. You may feel like, what can I give? There's actually a lot, but the way you uncover that is by pursuing authentic human relationships. That is what networking is all about. And that, coincidentally, is what voiceover is all about. We never read, we're authentic, and we connect. That's our job as voice talent. We network, but we're authentic, and we connect. That's also our job as voice talent. If you're not sure how to do that, then come check out everything we have to offer at the Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceoverTraining.com, where our goal is to equip, elevate, and inspire you in your voiceover career. We have classes and workshops and private coaches to help you. So check out our other videos for other free advice and subscribe so you don't miss out. See you next time.
Remember, if you live in or around Atlanta and need a place to record your project or something you booked, you can always book time in our main studio with our engineer.
That's right. Just go to AtlantaVoiceoverStudio.com, click on the Book Studio Time for your paid gigs.
As always, thanks for watching and keep checking back for more videos to help you in your voiceover journey.